Well, happy Wednesday. Good very morning to you. Will, welcome on in. Welcome into another Microsoft Flight Simulator stream. Day number 2. Maybe of 4 total. We'll see what's going on. Welcome on in. We're going to do a short hop today. Yes, first officer is here. Will, again, thank you for the recommendation. This was one of the coolest add-ons I've experienced in flight simming. And then I watched a little bit of Kip's stream last night, and he was just like me, like just, you know, a kid in a candy shop. It was incredible to see it from another person. So yeah, this is a really cool add-on, and I think V6 is going to be even better, which is crazy to even say that because it's really cool as it is. I'm going to work on a video hopefully today after the stream, before I head out to work, showcasing it a little bit more because I think it needs a lot of attention, and hopefully that video can help get that attention it needs out there because I've heard of it before, but I don't think no one's really showcased it as what it is. It's really amazing. It's an incredible program, and I'm curious what first officer is, or not first officer, what FS to crew, comparing it to this, like what's the difference? I'm blown away by this one. I'm not even considering looking at that one right now. He was kipping. But either way, this is an impressive program. So today's flight is a short hop. It's going to be one flight today. We're doing Montrose Regional Airport, and we're going to Denver. This is my first time using both Flight Sim First Officer and Beyondatc. So we're gonna have a lot of voices going on in the background. We're gonna see if we can get it all figured out. I figure this would be a great test flight to see how things work out there. We're using a 319. I did buy the iFly 737 version of FSFO as well, and it works really well. I do have my custom profile set up. There is one on their Discord that I used from I can't remember who made that one now. Leftos, I think? The same guy that's in the Beyondatc Discord. I think he's a mod there. But I used his, I'm pretty sure it's his. I used his profile with my old tweaking. I said Twinkie. My old tweaking of it. So I like to do my own flow. I also like to do most of the switches, but I like to also have the first officer do certain ones as well, so it takes a little bit of pressure off me, or some of that memory stuff, such as it's cool to have them do like some of the lights at certain times, but I like to do all the programming myself, so I took away those features there, and I do like the checklist verification. So we're going to see how it works out today on a live stream. FS2 crew is more basic and not that configurable. This is very in-depth. I also disabled the autopilot things. I didn't like it turning on autopilot on its own or turning it off by itself. So I got rid of those features as well. So let's go ahead and hop into the aircraft this morning. And the first thing we need to do is in FSFO, we need to go ahead and start a flight. So we're going to go aircraft 320. It's actually a 319. And then we're going to go ahead and do flight level 290. Perfect. Everything looking good. Start the flight. Now, one thing I'm noticing that seems to be breaking is my mute button. Yeah, I don't understand. The mute button just seems to stop working every so often. Do you have it on auto now? I don't have it on auto. I had auto off now. So I like to do everything on my own. I did a couple flights with it yesterday with it off, and it's done really well. Okay, so we got Beyondatc rolling in the background. All's looking grand there. Let's go ahead and get our flows going. So, cockpit preparation flow.
Starting pre-flight flow.
All right, so you can see there are the things in the purple, the things I'm going to be doing on my own here. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing my little flow.
Good morning, Captain.
Good morning. And let's go ahead and get this all calculated. Let's go up here to the top. Let's get our batteries on here. And let's get this going. Again, this is just the way I like to do it. Everyone's going to be unique on their own.
Flow completed.
And there we go. Alex, welcome on in. Alright, so we have that all rolling there. Let's go ahead and do our next one, which is cockpit preparation checklist. Oh, didn't like it. Cockpit preparation checklist. You see, sometimes it also just doesn't hear me. I haven't quite figured that out either. Cockpit preparation checklist.
Cockpit preparation checklist. Cockpit preparation.
Alright, so let's wait for that stuff. Let's wait for this all to come on board, because we're looking at also doing our flight plan. So I go over here to config, and we're going to go to manual, navigation, scroll on down, get our IRSs.
Niner, 22 pounds.
Checked.
Passenger signs.
On.
IRU. Aero reference. 29991.
Checked.
FMGS.
Set.
Departure briefing. It will be a left seat takeoff from Kilo, Mike, Tango, Juliet, 2. Kilo, Delta, Echo, November. Taxi route is per ATC instructions. We'll be departing on runway 13, climbing via the departure procedures to an initial altitude of 29,000 feet. Standard reject and emergency procedures apply. Any questions?
No. Cockpit preparation checklist completed.
Okay, so that's all done. And now we can do our before start. So everything else is good here, right? Making sure, actually, hold on, I have to go down here. Okay, so we're gonna get that, make sure that's looking good, make over this, make sure that's all looking good, fantastic. And then, let's go over here and hit Atsu and check this stuff.
Starting engines.
No, I didn't say that. I really wish the mute button would work, actually. Okay, so then let's go flight plan, and we don't have a departure. Oh yeah, we do actually have a departure. I'll be damned. Okay, so runway 13 out of here via HBU 3 and insert and going to Denver, and we're doing runway 26 via the T-Bear via Bro, I guess it's Bro. Okay, that's all set. Beautiful, grand. Before start flow.
Initiating before start flow. Flow completed.
Alright, before start checklist.
Dear passengers, this is to inform you the aircraft doors have been closed.
We have to wait
In order
for certain
to push
things.
Back on time, all passengers must be seated with your seatbelts fastened. All luggage must be stored in the overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. The cabin crew will be passing through to make
I don't
their
even know if
final
we have a
safety
ground
checks
here.
before pushback. Thank you and welcome aboard.
We have center. Before start checklist.
Before start checklist. Parking brake.
Set.
Takeoff speeds. B1 120. BR 121. B2 125.
Checked.
Doors.
Closed.
Passenger signs.
On.
Beacon lights.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Alright. And next is going to be our actual going. So let's go. What's it?
Set.
What? I didn't tell it to do anything. Okay, we're gonna. Why is my mute not working? That's really bothering me. So I'm gonna hide that for a second. Okay, let's get ATC. Oh, 1271 does not exist. Okay, center. Let's switch over that center then. Denver clearance, a very good morning from United 1435. We're ready for IFR clearance to Denver. You think push to talk works better? I tried that, but it wasn't working really well for, for me either.
United 1435, Denver Center, cleared to Denver Airport. Blue Mesa tree departure radar vectors, Blue Mesa, then is filed. Maintain 12,000, departure with me, squawk 1126.
Cleared to Denver Airport. Blue Mesa 3, departure radar vectors. Blue Mesa, then as
damn it.
filed. Maintain 12,000, departure with you. Squawk 1126, United 1435.
United
Stupid
1435, read back
Moby
correct.
flight,
Push or
or
start
not
at
Moby
pilot's
flight,
discretion. Hold for release. Report holding short, runway 1 tree.
Wing just disconnected again.
Push or
It's
start
been
at
doing this
pilot's
more
discretion.
recently. I don't
Hold
understand
for
why.
release. Report holding
It
short
just like
runway
stops
13,
working.
United
And I have to restart the
1435.
entire system. I try to like unplug it, plug it back in. Oops, crap. I don't want to install. Wait. Where's my Moby flight? Moby flight. Where the hell's the executable file at? Here we go. Let's see if this works. It's probably not going to work because this never works. Might not have a Moby flight. Oh, there it goes. Cool. Okay. Back in business, folks. 12,000. Cool. And squawking 1126. Beautiful. Okay. And Lex, I am going to use your preset for Phoenix Day. Good luck. I think it works really well, at least for me. Again, you have to customize it to your liking. But I feel like it works really, really well. Why is the anti-light ice on? I did not turn that on. Why did you turn it on? I didn't remember seeing that. Okay. I'll tell you what, I thought paying for premium voices was dumb at first. Then I got some flying out of Madrid, and they're so much better. Yeah, it's hard. Once you experience the premium voices with Beyondatc, it's very difficult to not to use them. It's very difficult. I wonder why the stupid... I don't understand why that button just doesn't work sometimes. Engine start checklist. Already has been completed. Okay. Because it heard me say it and I didn't say it. Okay, so that's fine. So engine start checklist. We have those are on. Perfect. Let's go ahead and start engine then. I was using this last night and like I had no issues with the button. The mute button is working flawlessly, and for some reason this morning it's just not working. So I tried to clear it out, set it back in, and it still wasn't working. So I don't know. It's streaming, man. When you stream, everything breaks. I'm telling you, that's just the truth of it all. The truth of it all. The truth will set you free. Alright, engine number 1 is coming on board.
Engine 1 started.
Engine 1 started, it says. Cool. I wait to hear the click, though, before I do anything with engine number 2. P2, your profile is really, really darn good. It fixed my issue with Moby Flight, by the way. Your Phoenix profile. The one thing, though, is my localizer light kind of blinks, and my speed indicator, my speed display isn't showing the actual speed. That's 2 things I got to look into. Alright, what are we doing for flaps? We're doing a flaps 1 departure. Max auto brake. Engine number 1's coming on board, and we are reporting hold at runway 13. Well, we have to backtrack, I guess. Every time I demo something in my company, things break. That's how it always wants to work. But it seems to only be live streams. It's so weird. It's so very weird. Alright, waiting for engine number 2 to come fully
Engine
on
2
board.
started.
There we go. Okay, do we have to push back or can we just make a turn? Yeah, we should probably push back. Alright, so let's go ahead and push back. Please. Thank you. I haven't used the built-in pushback guy yet. I've been just using my own, or not my own, but the toolbar guy. All right, pushback commencing. After start flow. And that's another thing. I can't get that to work either.
All engines stable.
After start flow.
Starting after start flow. Flow completed.
After start checklist.
After start checklist. Anti-ice.
Set.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Trim.
Set.
After start checklist completed.
Taxi flow.
Taxi flow. Clear on the right.
Clear on the left.
Flow completed.
Taxi checklist.
Taxi checklist. Takeoff runway.
Checked.
Takeoff speeds.
Checked.
Flight control test. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Neutral. Full forward. Neutral. Full back.
Checked.
Flaps.
Set.
Radar PWS.
On.
Engine mode.
Set.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff no blue.
Brake test.
Checked.
Taxi checklist completed.
Okay, there we go. I gotta get that dang mute button. I'm kind of falling off of my groove here without my mute button.
From the flight deck, we wanted to
Let's see, what do we got here? Engine switch. Engine switch. Oh, to normal?
Relatively smooth ride with the exception of a few bumps on the way out. We'll be airborne soon.
And have you updated the firmware? I don't remember. For the FCU, I don't remember. I'll have to check that. Maybe that's what's causing the issue. Okay, so technically the hold short is here, right? Because we have to backtrack. So I guess we can do hold for release here. Denver Center, United 1435, holding for release.
United 1435, released for departure. Clearance
All right,
void if not
let's
off
go ahead and
by
backtrack.
1425 Zulu.
1-3.
If not off by 1425 Zulu contact, no later than 1435 Zulu. Time now 14.5 Zulu. Frequency change approved.
Released for departure, United 1435.
Hopefully there's a turnaround point up here. There has to be.
Watch the ground speed.
Oh, that's something I really love. So I put the ground speed for it to yell at me if it's 25 knots or more, because then it's 5 under a pilot's life. Therefore, I should never get speed warnings, taxi warnings with a pilot's life. So P2, if you have that problem, set that in FO. Because I get the taxi speed issues often. APL wants you to have the lights on. APL wants you to have lights on. Or what, taxiing? Yeah, I have the taxi lights.
Prepare for takeoff.
APL wants you to have the taxi lights and landing lights on for
Approaching
takeoff.
Runway 13.
Ooh, this is gonna be a tight turn, man. You have it set to 25? Cool. Oh, when backtracking? Oh, on the runway? Okay. But APL doesn't know I'm backtracking though. It just knows I'm taxiing. It's gonna be a tight turn. I think we're going in the grass a little bit too. Or dirt. Just barely. Alright, landing lights on. Let's do our lineup flow. Lineup flow.
Flow completed.
Lineup checklist.
Lineup checklist. Takeoff runway.
13.
Com-
13.
Confirmed.
TCAS.
Set.
PAX.
Set.
Cabin crew.
Notified.
Cabin crew prepare for takeoff.
Notified.
Lineup checklist completed.
Alright, and then it's going to do its own thing after that. So I'm going to mute it from now, and the only thing we'll have to worry about next is descent flow. Okay, cool. So lights are on, all that's checked. Let's bring up the throttle.
Man flex.
Alright,
SRS.
let's go flying.
Thrust set.
It's a short runway. It's a really short runway.
100 knots.
But the 319 flies out of here with United, which is crazy.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear going up.
Gear up.
Alright, let's go ahead and make our turn over to the
400 feet.
left. That's really cool. I love that all the callouts. So it tells you, without you having to really look at this stuff, it tells you, you know, your sort of 400 callout, meaning that you can go ahead and start turning to your navigation course. It'd be cool if we can do the climb lever as well. Although I don't know when that actually is set in the Phoenix, or like in the Airbus, like when it's detected. Is it 1,000 feet or something? Alright, so we're 7,000 feet in the sky right now, so we do have to kind of gradually make our speed up there. Alright, kind of barely making it up there, but it's working. Is FS a part of Beyond? No, it is not. It's a separate add-on. Although I think there could be ways for them to integrate it, which would be really, really cool. Kind of similar to what they've done with GSX, like the gate assignments. I'm not sure how it's pulling the gate assignment. It's got to be random right now. But that would be a really cool thing to have integrated, so that the Beyond ATC gate is the same one that, I guess we'll test it here in Denver, is the same one you'll actually get on the ground. Because Beyond ATC, I think, just randomly picks it if it's based on your, it's based on your airline as well. Alright, looking pretty good. And let's go flaps up. Speed brakes disarmed. Let's go and throw AP on.
Autopilot 1 on.
XL flow, I forgot that. Acceleration flow.
Acceleration flow.
Okay. All looking bueno. Okay, see, mentor pilots. Episode coming soon. It's at the time 2324. The pilot backtracked in the aircraft that then dragged it through the mud. It took off at 2325. That's fantastic. Do you know what part of Phoenix is external? Because I would love to see a dumbed down version of the A320 family. Do you know what part Phoenix is external? Oh, Rover, you're on the Xbox, right? Yeah. Oh, we haven't done a clearance yet. Denver Center, United 1435 with you. Just we're at 2000. I was like, why the hell are we slowing down here?
United 1435, Denver Center, good morning, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 290.
Alright, cool. 290.
Climb and maintain flight level 290, United 1435.
CF monitoring. Will is FSFO. Will is. Yeah, I doubt the Phoenix will come to Xbox. So the Phoenix has this external plugin, and that runs, well, the tablet for sure, and I think it runs like the McDo down here as well. I think so. So those are obviously very crucial, very, very crucial to flying this plane. So yeah, I would doubt it ever come in. And like the init-builds for being included with the default sim, like it's a good plane. It's no doubt a fine plane, but it's one of those things like once you experience the Phoenix, it is very difficult to want to fly any other. Well, it should be very difficult to want to fly any other A320 aircraft. It's just a damn good plane. Alright, so I'm gonna report this mute bug issue to the Discord because I'm not sure why that's not working. Push to talk wasn't working for me either yesterday, so I was trying to figure out why when I was talking to it, it wouldn't pick up half of my words. It was like a 50% chance that it would understand it. And whether I spoke fast or slow, it just wouldn't understand certain words. And it seemed to be that my push to talk was like, almost like it was halfway working. So I switched over to mute, and by doing so, it seemed to fix that issue last night. And I did like 2 or 3 flights with mute, and it's working fantastic. So the mute I'm using is I just have page up on my keyboard. Works really, really well. But for some reason this morning it's not working. I don't know why. And here's the other thing: is this morning it reset it. It reset to the push to talk button randomly. So I don't understand that. Does push to talk binding between FSFO and Beyondatc cause conflicts? It would if you use the same button. Yeah, it would very much so, obviously. But like, I had it set for a different key. And that wouldn't cause a problem because Beyondatc is not seeing that key. FSFO isn't seeing the key that I'm using for Beyondatc, so that shouldn't cause a conflict. And in this case, I'm using mute, which is a completely different key, and it's a keyboard stroke as well. So I'm not quite sure. I'm confused as to why, one, it reverted back to the other button, and two, while it's not working now. You know, very strange stuff. I remember when I was using SI, and you know, I reported this a billion times. Other people reporting this issue as well. It was just randomly they came out with a new version of their software, and it was so they added I think more peripherals or something like that. Oh no, they added more options for binding stuff. Okay, because the idea behind SI was that you never have to look at the screen, that you're just, pushing a button and talking to it. Well, when they added that feature, it seemed to cause major conflicts, because when you would choose your peripheral you're going to use, for example, for me it would be the Honeycomb Alpha, when I were to click on that button, and then set my push to talk, it would show that it's on there, and I hit save, and then I go out of the menu, go back into the options, and it would disappear. And I know this issue when the last time I tried SI, which was many months ago, so last winter, issue was still present, which should be 8 months, probably, that it was there, and I wouldn't be surprised that the bug's still there. And I understand that was probably a difficult thing for them to figure out because it could be based on the peripheral themselves, and not everyone has a Honeycomb Bravo, an Alpha, you know, and everything I have, so maybe there's some USB conflict going on there. But it just seemed like they didn't care whenever it was reported, so I stopped reporting it as well. I was like, whatever, y'all figure it out. Attention, the Pro Voice in Beyond HTC from FO you can use, so Beyond HTC and FO have the same voice. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Will you were saying that before, and I thought that's really cool. I tested it once. It's really good. That's if you win the lottery, though. Because that's a lot of premium voices. That's a lot of premium voices. I have 163,000 available. And I bought these. I bought the big pack, the 750,000 pack. I bought that one the end of April. So I should get through all of June. So that would give me what? 10 weeks, probably, of premium voices for $30. And I've been doing a lot of flying. I've been doing a lot of flying. So, you know, and I've also figured out a way to dial in the traffic so that it's not using as many premium voices and whatnot. So, yeah, very much appreciate that. So I'm very confident in what I always say, which is you can spend $10 a month and get about a month's worth of premium voices. You know, as long as you dial in your stuff and depend on your flying, you know. So like I do 10 plus flights a week, and it seems to be the sweet spot. Of course, my flights are shorter flights as well, so that might matter as well. You can order new premium voices after one flight. You can order premium voices any time in the main menu, but they come in packs. So there's the... Oh, they changed the runway. Expect T-bar 4, runway 34 right, United 1435. 34 right. T-bar is correct still, though. Okay, so Denver, arrival, 34 right. And T-bar, that's all going to stay the same. Alright, we got to go to heading mode first. Go on back down here. Beautiful. Forward. Okay, cool. And then we have to do, we have to change it with, FO, flight sim, or flight sim,
from the flight deck, we
first officer, right?
Altitude.
How do you change that?
We hope you enjoyed today's flight. We'll certainly do our best up here to make it as enjoyable as possible. When the seatbelt sign is off, you're free to get up and move about the cabin. However, when seated, please keep your seatbelt fastened as turbulence can occur at any time. Thanks again and welcome aboard.
Oh, there it goes. Okay. Start. Alright, here we go. I can change the runway 34 right. Okay, so I changed the runway. Okay, let's see. Those premium voices use up quicken traffic and enable, yeah, for sure.
United 1435, increase speed to 280 knots.
280 knots.
Increase speed to 280 knots. United 1435.
Alright, we're getting close to top of descent, and
1435, contact Denver Center.
let's see, runway 34 right,
Contact Denver Center 119.85.
13,000.
United 1435. Have a good morning.
Okay, have that set in there.
Denver Center,
Why does Beyondatc almost always give another
Flight
runway?
level 290.
Sometimes it's just not out up to date. And I don't know where it gets its weather from. I don't think they've actually said where they get the weather from. What I want to see now is it correct? Is it real world correct? Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. So K Denver.
United 1435, descend via to bar for arrival. Denver landing runway, tree for right, altimeter tree 015.
Okay, so arrival right now in Denver as of
Descend via T-bar for arrival. Denver landing runway.
as of 30 minutes ago.
Right. Altimeter
It says expect
305.
ILS RNAV visuals simulate I can't say the word. So approaches are using 16 left. Runway 17 right and 35 left are closed. Bird activity runway 35 right. Inner mark out of service, runway 34 inner marker out of service. And it says runway 16 right, 34 left. Well, I don't see anything about right being closed though. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's using the right runways based on real world. Looks like 16 left would be the real world. RNAV or visual
Approaching top of
approaches.
descent.
Okay, top of descent. Splat. We'll start that. And now we can do descent flow. Descent flow.
Flow completed.
Ending data. Okay. Okay. So you heard to say flow completed. That's just because I have it set in there to where I'll do the data information in here. So I'll manually program this because I like to do this. 3015. Temperatures are 15. Winds 230 at 7. So you can have it do all of this for you, which is really cool. 5509 for the minimums. Okay, that's all set. I usually request a change in runway, or I just disregard it. It never holds me accountable. Press performance button. Press the performance button. Oh, I can do it right there. Okay, that's a shortcut. Cool. Okay, I did it in the options. I see what you're saying for the runway change. I gotcha. I went to options and then start, and it was the same screen, but that's a nice shortcut. Cool. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be a pretty easy approach here. We'll see if like the winds, if it makes sense for this runway 34 based on, you know, real world, because real world is the opposite runway. So we'll see if the wind is in the sim, because that obviously plays a big factor, because Asobo's weather is also outdated. You know what I mean? There were many flights with SI where I was flying, and it would have been the incorrect runway in the sim.
Expect to arrive to the gate in 20 to 25
'Cause
minutes. It's been a pleasure having you on board with
A
us today.
Sobo
We look forward to seeing you
is...
again on a future flight.
What's a Sobo? Is it 20 minutes or is it an hour behind? I think it's... I want to say 20 minutes. That sounds right. Now, if you use like Active Sky, it would be more realistic or more up to date, I believe, based on compared to the Sobo. Disco in the flight plan. Yeah, there's a disco. So when it comes to using ATC, if there's a disco, you keep it there because they'll give you the vectors. So if you look at our charts over here, Navigraph, and we go to starred, T-bar. Oh, that's not what I want to do. So our disco is where? Here? Right? Yeah, you can see that ends our approach. So expect landing runway 34 right, and blah, 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 blah. And this is where we're going to expect our vectors. We are not cleared until they tell us to go in that direction. After this point, we maintain our current course, which is heading 064. We maintain that until ATC tells us otherwise. We can't make that turn. You can see it says right on down here as well, further instructions to the altitudes restrictions. So that's why the disco is in there. Now, if I'm not using ATC, I just kill that disco out and I'll go direct. Now, in all likeliness, Beyond ATC will have me turn over to that heading, or they'll tell me to intercept the localizer. But until that case, we keep the disco in there. Yeah. Typical for the US. Yeah. That's the thing. Like, it's wild to think how... I haven't done a whole lot of flying overseas. But it's so much... It seems like things are just so much more organized. Especially in Europe. But not even just Europe. Like, New Zealand was the same way as well. Like, you can go from one airport to another and have a full departure and arrival path to follow direct to the runway. It is amazing. Whereas the US is so complex. And I don't know if that's... Is there just more travel in the US? Air travel? I don't know. I personally blame it just on laziness of America. Mexican Aviator, welcome on in. Yeah, always a hidden star. I've noticed that for sure. Like when I was doing, flying a lot in Ireland to the UK. Yeah, I noticed that an awful lot. But New Zealand's like the same way, pretty much. You know, the big airports at least. The 4 or 5 big airports there. I did a lot of with a pilot's life, Air New Zealand. Alright, looking really good here on descent. So, okay, so let me give me my overall feeling with FSFO. It's freaking awesome. It's freaking awesome. Honestly, my only complaint at this very, very moment is why the push to talk got defaulted again, and why my mute button's not working. Outside that, it's freaking awesome. I love the customizability of it. I think it's incredible. The voices are really, really cool. And I feel like it's one of the things where as you continue to use it, you'll get more accustomed to it. So like the flights I was doing last night, like I was just kind of going through the flow, and it was working really well. And I think it's very important that you dial in your flow to where the add-on assist with that, right? Instead of it directing you, you direct it. I think that's going to be the best when it comes to simming, because we're here to have fun, and we're here to do things. Some people like to do it realistically, some like to do it partly realistic, some just like to go out there and have fun. So you can do it however you like with FSFO. Alright, standard pressure. Alright, we're getting a visual. Someone had asked before, like, why doesn't Beyondatc give you visuals? But it's doing it right now. I know we get a lot of ILSs. But it's all based on weather. Visibility. I think it's your setup, me having toggle button on the Bravo and working perfect. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Maybe I don't have it set for admin. I think in the settings it said to run it as an admin. Maybe I don't have it running as admin, and that's causing a problem. I don't know. I'll investigate it though. Like, it's fine when I'm not streaming, because I'm not really talking other than... Well, I'm not even talking to Beyondatc. Typically, if I'm not streaming, I'll be watching something on the back, you know, watching YouTube or Twitch or something in the background. So it doesn't really matter. Like, yesterday I just left the mic open, for the most part. Can't FL set the landing data based on Phoenix? It can. Oh, well, can't FO set the landing data in that McDo based on the Phoenix calculation values instead of using performance? That I don't know. Yeah, that I'm not sure. I think it grabs it from SimBrief. I think Kip was verifying that yesterday, and it was grabbing the data from SimBrief. Which is not 100% correct based on what Phoenix is pulling. And I don't know which one's right. I would say probably Phoenix is going to be right, because SimBrief doesn't always have the correct information. I'd assume Phoenix did a better job at, you know, individualizing its plane, since it's their plane. Alright, so once we get our vector over, we'll go into approach mode. And then we'll do a landing checklist.
Southwest 1935, turn left, heading 060, intercept the tree 4 right localizer. Vectors for the approach.
Yeah, I'd rather have Phoenix, yeah, for sure.
Turn left, heading 060, intercept.
And that's kind of why I turned it off. Again, I like to also do it myself, because I like to remember how to do it. I feel like if I have the first officer do it all the time, I would eventually just forget how to do it. Yesterday you overrode it, yeah. Kip was doing the same thing. At least on the first, I don't know how many flights he did, but he did the same thing. He was verifying it. Okay, so we're going to maintain our heading here until we get clearance from tower.
Southwest 1935. Southwest 1935, cleared visual approach runway tree 4 right. Cleared visual approach tree 4 right. Southwest 1935. United 1435, turn left, heading 360.
360.
Turn left, heading 360, United 1435.
Alright, let's go ahead and get our approach mode going here. Approach checklist.
Set.
What? Approach checklist.
Approach checklist.
Approach briefing. We're expecting the ILS approach for runway 34 right. The minimum altitude is 200 feet. We'll use manual braking. We can expect to park at gate Charlie 4-4. In case of go around, we'll climb per ATC instructions on the runway heading. Any questions?
I'm good. Aero reference 3012.
Checked.
Passenger signs.
On.
Minimums 200.
Checked.
Auto brakes.
On.
Engine mode.
Set.
Approach checklist completed.
United 1435, descend and maintain 7,900 feet.
Descend and maintain 7,900 feet. United 1435.
Wait until V6 comes out. Yeah, I'm really excited about V6. Okay, so at Boeing, we want to be where? Let me say. At right charts. 3, 4. Oh no, wrong charts. That's why. Idiot. 3, 4. Right. Forgot to change my chart. Okay. Boeing will be
1636. Leave Himam heading
9,000.
165. Expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 3 for right. Leave Himam heading 165. Expect
So
radar
about there.
vectors for visual approach runway 3 for
Okay,
right.
I see the airport there.
1636. United 1636, contact Denver 135.3. Contact Tower 135.
I'm gonna go ahead and arm the localizer.
1636.
Localizer's captured. Alright, let's do a flaps 3 arrival as well. And I also have to change it in here in flight, yeah. So let's do config 3. That performance cheat was really nice, thanks for that tip. And we are 22 nautical miles out. I'm not sure when you're supposed to start your landing checklist. We'll wait until, what, 15 nautical miles out? That should be plenty.
Approach mode on.
Alright, approach mode on. It's cool that it also says that. It's really neat. I think the minimums are off actually. And I've got to check the charts. So 5, yeah. 5, 5, 5, and 4. Just slightly off.
Dear passengers, we have reached an altitude that requires all electronics to be turned off and stowed for landing. You may continue to use your handheld phones and
Watch the
tablets
speed,
and
watch the
Thank you.
speed. After ECAM, no blues, yep.
Captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. In a moment, we will be coming through the cabin to collect the
Landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Go around altitude.
Southwest 2501,
Set.
Denver approach.
Cabin crew. Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
Visual approach runway 35 right.
Notified.
ECAM memo.
Landing, no blue.
Speed brake on.
Runway 35 right. Southwest 2501.
Landing, no blue.
Landing checklist completed.
1435. Airport is at your 12
Speed brake on.
5 miles. Report the field in sight.
We have the field in sight, United 1435. Alright. Anybody here ever try Pro 24? IFR controller seems pretty good for. Oh yeah, I've heard good things about it. Someone here has it. I think it's I think J Russ has it. I think J Russ has the Octavie. Octavie? I think it's Octavie, right? I think he has it. Alright, on landing, we're exit to the right. It said gate Charlie 44. It'll be interesting to see what, very interesting to see what Beyondatc TC gives us. Liar, Captain. What? What I lie about? There's no blue. Alright, first notch of flaps coming out. Slow this bird down.
1435. Visual runway 34 right.
2,500.
United 1435, Denver.
And we'll get the gear out too to slow us down even further.
Runway 34 right, clear to land.
Gear down.
Runway 34 right clear to land. United 1435.
exiting probably Foxtrot 9.
Captain crew, prepare for landing.
Ben, this is Flight Sim First Officer. And flaps 2. Flaps 3. This is the Flight Beam Denver? Or is this a Sobos Denver? You know, I don't remember anymore. Blue? What's blue? There's no blue. It's all green. We got blue here, we got a little blue there, a little bit of blue there. We got some blues here. Alright, 6 nautical miles. Let's go and do AP off. It's time to have some fun. Now you can tell it things like turn off AP and all that, which is really cool. I couldn't get it to set flaps though. That's one thing I was trying. Unstable? What the hell are you on about that? It's very stable. Alright, so with the Airbus, we just make some minor little adjustments here. We do have a crosswind. So as of right now, what I'm seeing is Beyondatc 25. I changed the runway. Okay, so I don't think it actually has correct airport information. I'll confirm it, but clearly this is not runway 25. Yeah, so like I was saying, a little bit of wind from the left, so either runways would be working.
Runway 34 left.
A little high, let's get that nose down.
100 above.
United 2309, ready to go.
Minimums.
Runway 34 left.
Landing.
Minimum.
United 2309, Denver, wind 230 at 7, fly heading 240, runway 34 left, cleared for
Idle.
takeoff.
P2.
Fly heading 240, runway 34
Manual
left,
braking.
cleared for takeoff.
Spoilers.
United 2309.
And reverse.
Decel.
100 knots. And reverser stowed. Here's 8, I think. Yep, we're gonna go to 9.
70 knots.
And let's go flaps up. Alright, welcome to Denver.
United 8220, ready to go.
Spoilers disarmed.
Left.
After landing flow.
United 1435.
Initiating after landing checks.
Foxtrot 10.
Flow completed.
After landing checklist.
Right at Foxtrot 10,
After landing
United
checklist.
1435.
Radar PWS.
Dear passengers,
United
welcome to our
8220,
destination airport.
runway 34 left.
Off.
Line up and wait.
After landing checklist completed.
Runway 34 left. Line up and wait. United 8220.
We would like to thank you for flying with us.
Alright, now we're gonna do park and flow next.
And hope to see you again soon.
United 1435, contact ground 121.35.
Ground 121.35, United 1435.
Now I was saying gate Charlie 44, so I should be able to request that from Beyondatc. Denver ground, hello from United 1435. We're looking to taxi to gate Charlie 44.
United 1435, welcome to Denver Airport, gate Charlie 44 taxi via Foxtrot 8, Foxtrot Charlie Sierra.
Gate Charlie 44 via Foxtrot 8, Foxtrot Charlie Sierra, United 1435.
Charlie Sierra. This is 3-4 right. Yeah, so it's very interesting because I did change it in my performance. I don't know if you can see it on screen there? Yeah. 3-4 right is selected. You see that?
Traffic.
So it is selected in the program, but for some reason it still said 2-5.
Southwest 448 at gate Charlie 4.
This also works for cabin announcements. Yeah. So you can do. I have it set for auto. I didn't hear it though. I don't think you can have it set for like meal services and stuff like that. But yeah, it does a safety briefing. It does some basic announcements. Nothing incredible, nothing amazing, but it's definitely there. Let's go ahead and turn the APU on. Master switch. I normally don't turn the APU on. Oh, whoa, whoa. See, I love that. Because I normally just connect to ground power. Yesterday for my second landing, I overcorrected, set idle at 400 feet, and floated down the runway. It's easy to float, though, the Phoenix. It is really easy to float the Phoenix. RAAS says it good later on.
United 1636 Gate Bravo 25 taxi via Foxtrot 8, Foxtrot Bravo.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder why.
Gate Bravo 25.
Does it not update? So I'm very curious about that. No big deal, whatever. But I don't think it has true RAS. I don't think it does. I think it's just going off of what you programmed it. So P2, you might not have wasted your money.
Watch the ground speed.
Watching it. Well, this is a cool flight. I'll have to figure out the mute button issue.
Watch the ground speed.
But other than that, like, everything worked flawlessly.
Watch the ground speed.
Take care, Will. Again, thanks for the recommendation. Thanks for coming on in. I might stream tomorrow. We'll see. I'm kind of leaning towards it, but I haven't quite decided 100%. For sure Friday. But we'll see about tomorrow for sure. Charlie Sierra. I floated every time. They all float. Yeah, like I said, it's really easy to float the Phoenix.
Watch the ground speed.
It's really, really easy.
United 1101, Gate Alpha 24, request pushback.
Take care, P2. Thanks for coming on in.
United 1101 Denver, pushback approved. Face west.
Alright, we're going to take the next one here. I think the next one... Well, the next one might be hotel on the sign, but Charlie Sierra, I believe, is what it shall be. We'll check our landing rate here once we get to the gate.
United 1247, runway 34 left taxi via...
This is Foxtrot. And then what's the next one say? Oh no, this is Charlie Sierra, never mind. We're on Foxtrot. Alright, here we are, and then gate 44.
6065 at Gate Bravo 80. Request pushback and engine start.
If we don't find it right away, we'll just kind of pick a random one.
Hold position for company traffic. I'll call you back.
Hold position. United 1247.
United 1247. I'm seeing some United planes over here, so I wonder if we're parking over there. Nope, that's a Bravo.
Face west. Air shuttle
Charlie... Is it going up or down? It's going up. So 30... What does that say? Does that say 28? It says 28. 24. Where the hell? Where's 44 at? It says 38? Is it on this other side by Southwest?
Watch the ground speed.
Watch the ground speed. We'll see what these ones are. Now I'm curious where it is. 44. It looks like it's this one here. Yeah, there's 44. Okay, cool.
United 1101, ready to taxi to the active.
United 1101, runway...
I wonder, does Beyondatc remove a plane if there was one here?
Alpha Alpha, Whiskey Alpha.
I always wondered that.
Runway tree 4 left taxi via Alpha Sierra, Golf, Alpha Alpha, Whiskey Whiskey Alpha, United 1101.
Alright, parking brake is on. Alright, let's do our afterflows. Parking flow. Parking flow.
Air Shuttle 6065, request taxi to the active.
Air Shuttle 6065, runway 34 left taxi via Bravo Sierra, Hotel Alpha Alpha, Whiskey Alpha.
Runway 34 left taxi via Bravo Sierra, Hotel Alpha Alpha, Whiskey Alpha, Air Shuttle 6065.
So it's going through its flow now. The things I'm in charge of are parking brakes, the engine switches, and then the packs and passenger and cargo loading. So it's doing seatbelt signs, it's doing the doors next.
Flow completed.
Here we go.
Southwest 448, hold position for
Parking
traffic. I'll
checklist.
call you back.
Parking checklist. Parking brake.
Position
Set.
for traffic. Southwest 448.
Engines.
Off.
Wing lights.
United 1247, continue taxi.
Continue taxi. United
Off.
1247.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Southwest 448,
Parking
continue
checklist
taxi.
completed.
There we go. So we got our landing information here. So we had one failure, which was the landing lights failed. I'm not sure why. It gave us a landing rate of 88, which is pretty cool. So we're going to upload that to the log. And we'll kill out beyond ATC so I don't use any more credits. And then
Set.
with a, let's kill out FSFO as well. Stops talking to me. Okay, and then our landing rate was what? Official landing rate with a pilot's life. So our score is a 100. And the landing rate was a 262, a little on the hard side. A little on the hard side for sure. 262. I've had a really good streak here. Yesterday's flights, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total, 6 flights yesterday. Jeez. I did 6 flights yesterday. And out of those 6 flights, only one was not 100. So that's pretty good. Pretty good odds. Yep, I'm going to hit some PPL study videos. Take care, man. Alex, thanks for coming on in as well. We're going to see everyone for the next stream. Maybe tomorrow, but definitely Friday. And I'll see if I can figure out this mute button with FSFO. And then I'm going to work on a video about FSFO. So, as always, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you for the next one.